Hey, Coach, so happy you found us on YouTube. We're very excited. I'm in my happy place in an empty gym, but I'm in my happy place. Let me know. First of all, subscribe and like. So hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell up above, and you'll get notifications. We put a new video up every day to help you become a better basketball coach. And if you're looking to take your coaching to the next level, come over and join us. Let me help you put a couple pictures on your wall at teachhoops.com. Come over and join us there, and let's head back to the video.
I wanted to see.
So you're in man, and you run kind of a read and react. There, you were in a 2-2-1.
Right there, we were in a 2-2-1. Absolutely.
Okay. And what is your biggest concern offensively and defensively?
My biggest concern is that we didn't have a real. Honestly, they're okay. See, screen on the ball. That was our
screen
offense,
on the
basically.
ball and one pass and a shot.
That guy, yeah, he's very confident with this shot. He was our all-league, one of our only all-league players.
Like that's a good shot. The first one was
Okay.
not a good shot.
Let's go back to that.
Yeah, so hold on, I'll rewind.
You can help me instruct my player on this guy is from the three, he's I think approaching 40% from the three.
No, I mean this is a good shot later in the possession. Here's the issue with this shot. Okay, so I'm gonna pause it. So it's actually a really good screen, and he's probably got enough space to get that shot off. The problem is no one's ready to. If he misses it, you're done. You're lucky because it's a long bounce in this time, but you get it back. Most of the time, you're 6 seconds into the shot clock is my issue with this shot. If you're 12 seconds into the shot clock, I think this is a much better shot because you're kind of in the flow and stuff. This is actually even a better shot in transition because everyone's kind of running down the court and ready to play. And I mean, yeah, 40% is great. Now they went to the ball well. They went to the ball rebound hard. Now this is a good shot because they made the extra pass, right? So what I noticed when I was watching your team is the ball movement was stagnant. It was like, you know what I mean? There wasn't enough ball movement. It was too much of what we saw at the beginning with one dribble and a pop. I'd rather have you maybe even think about a little bit of more of a dribble drive. They stop you. That doesn't mean you shoot. Now you kick. Like that happened in that possession. Okay, so you're in your 2-2-1 right here. Yeah. So what are you trying to get out of your 2-2-1?
Turnovers.
Okay. You're trying to pace of play and turnovers? Okay.
Yeah. Increase the pace of play and turnover.
So that's good. He took a charge. We like that.
The guy that took a charge just signed with Nevada D1 football.
Yeah. So if you're trying to get steals, that's fine. I'm not sure I would trap right there on I mean, you were vulnerable. That trap needs to be a little bit better. And then that's too far. So what you got to do is kind of treat them that we're going to press and we'll let them have any mid-range, anything inside the three, but not in the paint that's fine.
Say that one more time.
Yep. So when you do that press, you want to try to get turnovers. You're trying to get them to take quick shots, which they did, and make bad decisions, which they did. Ideally, you don't want them to have an open three. And ideally, you do not want them to get a shot in the paint area, right? So anywhere, and sometimes I'll say, from the volleyball line in, so this paint area in here. But sometimes I'll say the entire paint area. So what I want them to do is take mid-range shots. I want them to take shots in here, up here, and over here. Great. You can take a two-pointer that's not an easy two-pointer. I'm okay with that because it's going to be fast and rushed. So that's what I want when I'm doing it. And I'll send you this tape you send me an email when we're done. I'll just send this to you. You can watch it later.
You're recording this?
I am. Yeah. So I'll
Oh,
just say
beautiful. I've been
no,
taking
no,
notes
no.
right
Don't write it
now.
down. Don't write it down. Just listen.
Okay.
The
Okay.
teacher and me is taking over, and I'm telling you to listen, and then you can watch it later and take notes if you want. Um,
Okay.
okay, so let's go back to this again. Um, so this guy, obviously, the guy that is coming off this ball screen is a threat, which is good because they're jumping him, which is that's what you have to teach. It's like you have to use this as a kind of a weapon. So watch this. This ball screen comes. They're worried about him, which is good. That got that person an open shot. Okay. I have no problem with an open three. That's an open three. That's a good shot. So on your 2-2-1, what your weak side guys aren't moving to the your weak side guys aren't moving enough um to protect the middle. So hold on, let me show you. So when the ball is on the closest to us in here in this area. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. I might be able to draw on this. Hold on. Okay, so what when you run a 2-2-1, because I've run this in the past, you want where's my drawing thing? I'm gonna use the big one. You want these guys going this way, right? Because you want to trap ideally on the side. You don't want him coming across like this and trapping. You want to trap like in this area over here. Um, so so these two should kind of be like almost on a string with each other, right? So if this ball gets passed over here, this guy would cut to the middle, but the ball's on this side, so this guy's cutting to the middle. So it's kind of like they're doing this. And what we do is as soon as the ball gets to the middle, we're done, right? We're finished. We're in retreat mode. We're protecting the paint, which is our like playing capture the flag. Sometimes we do that early in the season. I teach them how to play capture the flag, so that when I reference it later, it's like the flag is in the paint area. We don't want to give anything up in that paint area. But so it's like a dance. It's almost it's like a slow dance, and they should be doing this with each other, taking the middle away. These back two guys, which you can't see on the film right now, there's one here and there's probably one over here. They should be doing the same dance, kind of back and forth, protecting that middle area. So let me close this. I don't know if I might have to erase that. Hold on. I haven't done annotations in a while. So let me erase these so we can see when we move on. Okay. All right. So let's hit play again. Let's see how those guys do now. See how he's
Okay.
not. That's too easy that's too easy for this guy to see the trap coming, right? And you're only a couple seconds into the shot clock. Um,
Correct.
so this you want this guy right here. I don't like blue. Let's use red. You want this guy here, like he should be taking this guy away. See how this,
Okay.
because my guess is that's where the ball's going. I don't remember, but he should be taking this guy. I don't care if you pass it back here a little bit, because my ideal traps are going to be on the sideline over here and over there. So I want this guy to come, and it's hard. And we never want to trap going at them. You want to trap coming from the sides, and this is just too easy for good players to kind of see it coming, and then they'll just. I mean, if this guy trapping here and here, all I got to do is lob it there. Now, once in a while, you'll get a steal, but your ROI is not good on that. Your rate of investment, yeah, it's not. Your return on that is not good. So it's not worth it. It's not worth the energy you're having to do, um, because you're not going to get as many turnovers as you would doing something else. So watch what happens here. Boom. And as soon as that ball got to the middle, we're done. We're in retreat mode at that point. All right. So now are you in man again? What are you in at this point? It looks like you're
Uh,
trapping still.
I think we went into a 2-3 trap at the wings. It
Okay.
looked like.
It sure did. Yeah, 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 yeah. See how they're all standing. So I'm going to rewind this. So if I was grading this, if I was grading this offense was, I might have gone too far. I did. We'll just let it run through. So if I was grading that last offensive possession, I would have given it like a C- to the point where we stopped it. Yeah, see, that's the one where he had to come to the middle a little bit more. Let me just move this just a little bit. There we go. So yeah, so what I'm seeing again is like nothing there. There's nothing there. I personally would, you know, you've got a lot of pieces. Here's my observation: is you got a lot of pieces, but the pieces are not working well together. Yeah, there's that's that middle I was just talking about.
Yes.
Yes, and now they're going to trap, and then we'll go to the possession. And you should never have three guys on the ball trapping ever. It just leaves too many openings. All right, so here's what I'm talking about. Dribble. Oh, don't have it. Stop. Take an average floater. Okay, turnover. Okay, you got the ball. Rebound. Kick back out. Standing. Like everyone's kind of watching. Like if you go back, so what am I at? I'm at 8:11 here. I'm just going to go back a little bit. Okay. So watch all the players on this. They're all standing, right? Standing. So that is the issue with your offense is one guy is doing something and the other four are watching that. It's like playing with Michael Jordan or LeBron. They're all kind of just watching whoever has the ball. You're too easy to defend in that respect. So they should always be doing something. So whether you're running dribble drive, you're running motion, you're running Princeton, you're running whatever you're running, they should never be stationary. You can rest on defense more than you can rest on offense, is what I tell my guys. But they should always be doing something. They shouldn't be standing. Why aren't you cutting to the basket? Why aren't you screening away? Why aren't you screening the ball? Do something. And if you in that last little clip, you could see they were all like not doing anything at that point. They were just standing there.
Got it.
All right, so transition back. So this would literally almost get me to call a timeout. Not quite. Okay. So they got the rebound.
Did I call a timeout?
I don't know if you did. So they don't, first of all, I tell them the most important thing on the court is the ball, and you should never lose track of the ball. Okay. When this guy starts dribbling, there is probably, I don't know what the other guy off the court is. There are literally four guys here in frame that don't even know where the ball is. Running back doesn't know, maybe knows because peripheral, no idea, definitely doesn't know. Okay. So as he comes back down, now, like I said, 23 kind of knew. They didn't even know where the ball was. So one of your key teaching points has to be get back. And what I say is get back. I'm going to change this. Hold on. You have to get back, and we don't let them shoot in that area right there at all. So when they're retreating, that's where you retreat to. It's like everyone gets to the paint, and then we can go out. I would rather have them shooting because I can run out at a three-point shooter and lower their percentage, but I can't give you wide open layups, right? And obviously you're going to cheat toward specific shooters and maybe you got to cheat out on them. But for the most part, and this is a teaching point. It's got to be a full sprint back. That was a little bit of a jog in my opinion. And again, I'm not pointing out the good stuff, coach. I'm just pointing out the bad stuff.
Oh no, I love this. Are you kidding? I'm loving
Okay.
it. Here's the
Okay.
question I have. Oh
Yes.
no, I am thoroughly loving this.
Okay. I'm just saying, I'm not,
This
again,
is the
my
kind of
teaching mode is I would be
this is
giving more,
awesome.
if I was doing film with my team, I would not be doing this with my team. I'd be giving more like, hey, John, that was a great cut. Or blah, blah, blah. I'm just giving you all the teaching points that I think can help these guys when they get older. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, no, no, please. Um, I need some help with this. Two questions off of
Okay.
what you just said. Number one, I've done uh, the method where I've done film session has been
Okay.
more like what you just did to me. And the room gets really quiet and I feel like they get bummed. So for me, I love this. Like for
Yep.
me, I'm trying to learn, but it seems like they as kids have a hard time hearing
Yep.
the
So there's
criticism.
a couple ways I've dealt with film sessions in respect to that. First of all, I'll have do you have assistants that come to the film sessions?
Yes,
Okay.
they're all there.
Yep. So I would give them some say, hey, I'm gonna do the critical, you're gonna do all the positives. It's like good cop, bad cop thing. Um, or you switch it and have them do the negatives, you do the positives. That way there's a balance. It should actually be almost 3-to-1 positives to negatives. That's why I stopped the film because I felt like I was getting myself. I would never do this because
Oh no, I love it. Keep going. I want to hear
yeah,
all the negative. I
they'll
want to hear
they'll
all the negative.
they'll shut down is the issue. Is they'll just like coach it, what are you talking about? I'm not going to listen to you. So you got to give the positives so that they focus on the negatives. That's the first thing. Second thing is it's better to have small film sessions. Now, this is a time issue. I have found, and this is going back to what we were talking about before we started recording, is we were talking about schools and stuff, and you think about what we're doing in April with Zoom calls and all that kind of stuff. I found in those Zoom calls, kids don't like to talk there even more than class because they're scared that someone's going to tape them. They're scared that blah, blah, blah. There's a bigger fear there. So they're not going to, you're not going to be able to have an interaction with them in a big group setting. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll pull in my point guard and my shooting guard. I'll pull in my two bigs. I'll say, hey, 10 minutes at lunch today, let's watch some film. And that way I can actually have interactions with them. And if I have to in the pre-COVID world, I can go put my arm around them. I go, we got this. Trust me, we got this. But and I'll make fun of it and they'll laugh and and I'll say, what was wrong with that? Or, what would you do different there? Or, I would do leading questions. It's so much better. Now, again, if you got I have a team of like 15, it's hard to break that up. I'm not doing a lot of film sessions with my 15th player, which I could, because it'd probably be more practice based than it would be game based. But those are gold. I'm telling you, film session wise. Like if you took that one guy that's coming off those ball screens,
Yeah,
and
that's him, the guy with the ball. The guy with the ball.
you give me 15 minutes with him, oh my God, it would be like, okay, here's what you got to do. Hey, this should be actually a step back. Why didn't you attack the rim there? When they stop you, you should kick, and then you start feeding well, God, what's the school record for assists, man? If you did that 3 or 4 times, boom, 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 to Sam out in the corner, he'd hit 3 threes. Man, we're up 9. And then you start feeding, because they're teenage boys, they have egos. So they start feeding man, you could be all conference. We start winning, da 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 da. You feed all that, and then, oh man. So then when he gets into the game, it's like, trust me, it all takes over. So that's where I think those individual film sessions. I think the big ones can be good cop, bad cop. I keep them really short because we live in a
What do you mean by
Snapchat.
short? What do you mean by short?
Uh, uh, I could sit in a film session for 3 hours, me personally. I try to keep them at 15 minutes or less. 15 minutes or less means I've already spent an hour and a half. And the reason I've spent the hour and a half is I know what I want. I've either got it off a huddle broken down, and I go, and I have Nate Olson, who's my assistant, go, all right, I want possession 22, and he'll pull it up. I want possession 23. But if you don't have that, then what I do is I take a notebook and I'll write down, okay, 12-12. I want to show this. So I've got it like boom, 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 boom. So I'm not wasting their time. We're not watching. I'm not rewinding. I'm just like, and sometimes we'll watch a possession 2 or 3 times, but I know here are the 15 possessions that I'm going to spend 15 minutes on. we'll get more out of that than me just sitting, hitting play, rewinding, and doing what we were doing. What we're doing is good for, hopefully for you, but for them, they'll tune out. Their attention span's not long. That's why I'm against block scheduling at the high school level, because their attention spans haven't gotten longer; they've gotten shorter. They've gotten more pinpoint. I think they can focus probably better than I can for short periods, but it's not longer. So I try to make it, you know. So what I'll do here, I'll tell you what I do, Coach. It's like, so practice we'll get over at 5:30. We'll go to a film from 5:30 to 5:45, and then I'll grab guys after that and say, hey, you know, or I'll let them know the day before. It's like, you're going to stay for 15 minutes after film, and then I'll do my short group. It goes team 15, short 15, and then they're out. And they can stay focused. Those guys can tend to stay focused because it's about them. Like, you're helping them, you're helping their game. They like that. So that's not, you can do those sessions longer. It's the big group one, because all they're doing, the 5 guys in the court are watching themselves, and the guys that aren't playing aren't really paying attention. They kind of are, but they really aren't. So I mean, that's at least been my observation. I don't know if it's true,
No,
but
I agree. Now, let me ask you, when you do do you do it individual, or do you really
well,
bring
that's
in
the,
two guys?
you got to read the kid. You have to really read the kid. Like, I've had guards, like I could bring in my 2 shooters from last year together, and they were good enough. I could do it I'd never do a group bigger than 3. And I like groups of 1. I'm your point guard. I would do I would just do him and you and
Oh
be
yeah,
consistent.
because
And
this
then,
guy with the guy with the ball in the sessions, he's got a big. He thinks highly of himself,
no,
very
no, no,
highly.
no, 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 no. That's good. No, no, I mean, he's a player. Like, he's got, he needs some refinement is the problem. I mean, I'll take him. He can come play for me. I'll take him. But he's going to need some refinement. Like, and that's your selling point is, I mean, he obviously wants to play in college. He probably thinks he wants to play in the NBA. Great. Okay. I can help you reach some of your dreams, but you got to do these things, man. You got to, like, this is like, you ain't going to be the player you want to be. And what year is he going to be?
He's gonna be a junior.
Going to be a junior. How tall is he?
He's probably 5'11" right now. He was 5'11".
First of all, he needs to put some weight on himself. He needs to get in the weight room. So that's just reality. But he needs to get in the weight room. But
That's good. No, I want you to continue. I want all the criticism now, because no one gives me this. No one gives me this.
I'll do this for you. If you want at some point to get him, you, and me on a call, I will sit and I can be the truth teller if you want, because I don't care. But I'll tell him I've coached NBA guys. I know what a player can do, and he's got some. You're talking about number 2, right?
Oh, number two's a freshman. I was
Two,
talking
two.
about 20.
I'm
Number two's a freshman.
two can play.
Two is two is really gonna be good.
Two,
And his dad's like 6'3", so this boy can play. But 23
Okay,
right
hold on,
here,
hold on once. Yeah, yeah. So I would thought you were talking about 2. I mean,
23 up at the
okay,
top.
23 is going to be a junior. I think both of them are really good. Um, I think 2 has huge upside.
I think I couldn't agree with you more. He can play. He'll play in college if he does everything right.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I would get on the. I mean, 23. I could do it with 23 too, but I would love to get in the call with 2, because I think 2 could be the one that stirs your drink going forward. I think 2's could be 2's. Yeah, if
Two's
he's
gonna
only
be
a
special.
freshman, going to be a
He's a
sophomore.
freshman. Oh yeah, he is probably over 6 feet now. I haven't seen him in a few months, obviously, but he's easily over 6 feet now.
Feet.
His dad's 6'3".
Oh, I bet that. Hold on one second. I got somebody at the front door, and I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, no worries.
I'm gonna hit pause here so I can I'll send.
Game that we were just watching, we won. This game
Okay.
we got our butts kicked.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I recorded that last place when I came in, but that's okay. But I'm recording now again. All right. Oh, I'm gonna turn the volume off. So you're white again, right? Because you're at
Yep.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So was this your starting lineup for most of the year?
No.
Okay.
My starting lineup for most of the year were 3 out of the 5 guys.
Okay.
Two of the guys, the guy you were just talking about in the middle that didn't,
Yeah.
and the 2 guys up at the top of the number 23 and the guy that just went for the rebound. Those guys are kind of coming. They just started playing at the end of the season.
Okay. Okay. So I think when you do these film sessions, you should grade the shots. I use a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being an uncontested layup in an open gym, and 1 being taking the ball out of the basket and shooting it as soon as you touch it. So there's a scale of good shots to bad shots. I would give this about a 3. That's a horrible shot. Too early in the shot clock. You're off balance. No one's ready to rebound. It's not an uncontested layup. That's just a horrible shot. It's just too fast. It's like, and those kind of things I'll call you out on in a film session. Like I'll call you out. Like if you take a bad shot, I will definitely call you out, because this is just like, this is a team sport, and you just decided you were going to go 1-on-1, and there were 2 to 3 defenders in front of you. So, so that was a poor closeout too. So I don't know. Yeah, that was a pretty bad closeout. So I like that 2's cutting to the middle here on your press break. You will not beat presses by dribbling it up. So they're doing a good job. They're trying to take 2 away, but 2 should get out of there, and then 11 should come in. So when you're doing this, you should be showing. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it as red. Like that's fine, but the 2 should get out at this point. So 2 should be doing this, and 11 should be cutting up, and this guy should be a release, because this one looks like he just wants to dribble through it, which is going to feed right into their trap, which is what you don't want to do. So we will work on press breaks with no dribbles. Like once you get the ball in, you're not dribbling anymore. It's all about cutting. It's all cuts. It's not about dribbling. It's about cuts, because good trapping teams will kill you if you try to dribble it through. Because that guy should have sealed the baseline. So now that's a good attack. I don't know what number that was. Was it 23?
23.
Yeah, that's a
23.
good attack because you got to the rim. The other shot was off balance. You didn't get to the rim. That one is a good attack because you got to the rim. All right, out of bounds play. So I'd give the out of bounds play not a very good grade either, because it doesn't look like they were setting it. Like it looks like a couple of them don't know where they're supposed to be.
Correct.
Yeah. And again, poor shot, off balance, 1-on-1. So 11's taking 2 bad shots. I'm close to pulling them at this point because I can't handle that. And it's 2. Yep, and you pulled them. Nice job, coach. Too bad.
It's a very hard situation with him because he is like I told you, he's a D1 football player just signed with Nevada.
And he's talented. I don't get me wrong. He just like
he just hasn't played much organized basketball.
Yeah, and it's watching too many YouTube clips.
Yeah.
Yep. So I like 2.
2 had a monster game you're gonna watch.
I like 2.
He had a monster game.
Yeah, you don't that. So I'm okay with that shot. A little early in you basically had no. So here's the issue I see offensively is you don't have a lot of movement on the offensive end. Like we were talking about before, people are stationary. People are not like cutting. People are not like. So here's where guys should be cutting in and out of the middle, not just standing in the middle. They should be cutting in and out of the middle. So there's a couple good. I have a couple good press breaks. I think sideline and those kind of things. But the key, if you watch on T Troops, but the key is basically just is just cutting and getting those movements. So all right, let's keep playing.
Yeah, I'm going to use those. I've been watching your videos.
Yeah, those are good.
I'm going to use those. Let me ask you, if you
Yeah.
were to based on what you've seen so far, if you were to recommend an offense for me based on the stagnant of what you've seen, what would you say the dribble drive? What would you say for
So
us?
this is difficult. So you want to control them more than not control them. Um, I'm going to think about that. Let me think about that for a second, because I was thinking more of a structured offense.
Good.
Um, you know,
Think about it.
yeah,
I
I'm
don't
going to
need
think
no
about it.
rush.
I'm going to think about it. I
Yeah.
like a hybrid of the read and react and dribble drive because I think your guys can do that. Um, so I like a hybrid of those two together. I also would like you to maybe put in like a swing or a flex where it's really structured. Like you run here and you set a screen here and you rotate here to slow them down. My concern is like I think you should have calls like you better make 5 passes before you take a shot kind of thing. you know, we better come unless you have a layup. We're going to come down and run. Like maybe you call it blue. And blue means unless you have a layup, we're not taking a shot until below the 22nd point, unless it's a layup or something 2 feet from the basket. We're running the offense. We're going to come and we're going to work on our screening and that kind of, and you can work on it. It's like, it's more of a make the you're letting the defense off the hook by taking quick shots that fast. Like they don't have to
And
work that hard.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Then
saying?
what do you say to number 23 who is, you know, very confident with himself? But coach, I have a wide open three, and it's only, what if I have a wide open? He'll
Yep.
always say this. What
Yep,
if I have
and
wide open
because
within
when you
4 seconds?
because if you miss it, no one's going to get the rebound, and the long rebound means they're going to score in the other direction. That's what I would
Got it.
say to him.
That's what I want
I
to
would
know.
also say, what was your record last year?
16 and 11.
Okay, if we want to be, so that's 27. So if we want to be, 22-5, we need to do this all together. And the great ones make everyone else great. Go watch the Michael Jordan thing. Michael Jordan didn't win until he got Pippen, until he got Rodman, until he got Steve Kerr, until he got Paxson. He didn't win until he got other guys better. Like he's really good, probably one of the best players ever to play the game, maybe the best. He didn't win championships until he got the other guys around him better. You have to make the other guys better. So maybe that means that they take a couple more shots and you get a couple offensive rebounds and then you get your shot kind of thing. So you have to feed that. Like you're like 23-2. The selling point to them is we win, you get more. Like you get more accolades, you get more colleges looking at you, you get more all conference, all area, all region, all state, whatever it is. All that happens. The more we win, they're not going to look at whatever your 7th man is. They're not looking at John, the 7th man. They're going to be looking at you two. So we win, then you get the accolades. Pippen and Jordan got all the accolades because they won. You know, no one's talking about Karl Malone as much, or John Stockton. I mean, they're very good players. They're all stars. They're Hall of Famers, but no one talks about them because they didn't win. So we want to win. That's the selling point you got to get to them. And the observational stuff, I'll watch some more, but the observational stuff is it's just too early in the shot clock. So I think I'm gonna think about the offense and exactly
Thank
kind
you.
of what would work with that. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, I think your foundation needs to be man defense, and you build everything from your man defense. Because I
Got
think
it.
you have the athletes to do that. How many people play man? How many people play zone in your area?
In our league, I
Yeah.
would say they played mostly zone. almost all zone, except for the team that those two teams you saw. But there were 5 teams in our conference,
I
5 or
like the
6.
team that we were just watching. They're
Well, they
pretty good.
won league. They
Huh?
won league. They
Okay.
won league. Yeah, they won league.
Yeah.
And they won league, and they're getting out of our. They're already out of our league. They moved up to a higher league.
Yeah, they're good. I could tell that watching it yesterday. Yeah, they're good. But I think that's where you got to start working on. You got to start working on the defensive aspect, building that foundation. Of we're going to play aggressive, we're going to play man, we're going to play, and then it's easy to run the 2-2-1. It's easy to run a 1-3-1. It's easier to run other stuff when your man stuff is really good. And they won't have to play it that long because it looks like a lot of your opponents will take quick shots too. But yeah, that would be my thing. Offensively, I'm not 100% sure. One of my concerns when I was watching the film is like you don't have a lot of size.
We do not. Our guys are the tallest guy I had was the one tall light skinned kid. He's about 6'3",
Okay.
6'4", and he next year I'm going to have him and another guy who's 6'5". So those 2 guys will be my biggest guys. From there, it goes down to probably about 6'2", and a couple guys that are 6 feet, and then everybody else is.
So what I
No,
would
no, I'm
do
gonna have
is, yeah. So you got to crash the offensive glass some. I might. Does anybody run a 1-3-1 in your league?
nope,
Yeah. So
no one.
that might be something we need to work on over the next 3 or 4 months. It's a little bit of a change up. I like your 2-2-1's not bad as long as you work on. I'm working actually on a course on a 2-2-1. I gotta try to finish that. And with some diagrams and stuff.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I got something. I'll get you something too. That should be done in the next couple weeks. But I just wrote myself a note to look that up. I started it and then I stopped. But getting that middle takeaway, I think, is going to be one of the big parts. To be honest with you, you're fine. I mean, you got to just basically get everybody on the same page is kind of my observation. Like, I think you got a bunch of individuals that need to get on the same page. They're talented, and you won 16 games. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think the argument to them is you want to go to the next level. Then we got to do these things.
Well, we were 16-11, but in league we were 4-6.
You're 500 in league.
No,
Yeah.
no. My bad. 3-7.
3-7. So yeah. So you got a ways to go in league. Yeah. Yeah. And I think you want to do some change ups on that too. And I think the pressure is good. I think the pressure is easy. I think if we can transition, I have no problem with you going up and down the court because it looks like your guys can do that. Yeah. It doesn't look like you're super deep either.
You nailed it. I think but on the upside, we're young. On the upside, next year I'm going to have a lot more depth. And
Yeah.
also, I don't know if I told you, you asked me, you had a really good question. You said, how many of these guys were your starters throughout the year? Well, 3 of them were because I had one of my best players quit. I think I
Right.
emailed you about that.
Yep.
And then one of my best players quit, and one of my other starters got injured, so he was done for the year. So I had very limited depth. But next year, I'm going to have. Okay, so let me go back, take one step back. So I took 14 guys. Well, those guys at the end of the bench, they were unhappy, and I felt like they didn't get to play that much. So next year, my plan is I'm going to take 12 guys, and they're all going to be able to play.
Yep.
And that's what I'm
And
going
then
to
you
do.
just like boom. Yep. I 12 is the magic number. I love 12. 15's too much unless you have another thing to do, but 12 is, I love 12. 12 is a perfect number. Yep. As long as 10 through 12 are maybe not seniors, then you're in good shape.
My
10,
problem was 11 through 14 were all seniors.
yeah, and you can't keep them happy if they're not playing. So that's human nature. But yeah, then I think picking up the pace, pressure, different types of pressure. I think yeah. I mean, it's not like you're dealing with it. Trust me, coach. I've dealt with I've dealt with some teams when I've watched film, coach, and it's like, ooh, you've got some players, so that's good. Now we just got to get them on the same page. What are they doing this summer?
We can't do anything.
Can you send?
We're
Can
in
you send?
lockdown.
Can you send? Can they get to a? Can they go to a court outside?
Those guys can. They're kind of well. Look, in the city I live in, which is part of San Diego, Chula Vista,
Yeah.
um, our courts were taken off the backboards until a few weeks ago. But and the kids, the area where they live a few miles from me. They're I mean, everything's been on lockdown, but they've been able to get out recently and start playing. So I know these guys have been
Okay.
playing some. Like
So
number
so
two,
so here's
number two,
yeah.
yeah,
So here's
number
what you
two
should
plays
do,
club.
coach, is go
He's been
like I
playing.
did. I did that 14-day workout for my guys. So what I need from you is I need a JPEG, and that's it. And then I will send you. It's awesome. Trust me. My coaches and I have been working on it for like 6 weeks. So it's motivation stuff. It's ball handling. It's shooting. It's dribbling. It's keeping track of it. It's all. I don't know if they'll do it. Um, but it'd be interesting to see. It's really good. It's good stuff, man. Like every day has a different theme. Like the first week day is effort, second day is work ethic, and there's like YouTube videos, and there's like videos of workouts, and they're all really tiny short things they can watch. I have an app. All you got to do is give me your JPEG and I'll send you the thing, and then they can watch them on their phone. It's really good stuff. um,
Okay, I don't. You got to speak a language. What is JPEG? I don't even know what that
Oh,
is. What?
JPEG is a picture. Like I need your logo basically, because
Okay,
what I will do is I'll set up a classroom, quote unquote, for your team. You can
okay.
send them the thing, and then they can log in. They can put the app on their phone, and they can just watch day 1, day 2, day 3. I have it for 2 weeks right now. It's really good. I mean, my guys have loved it, and it's short stuff. Like there's different drills, there's ball handling, there's things like
Oh,
that.
perfect,
It's really good stuff.
perfect.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then you can get on and look on it. Now in Teach Hoops, I put the first day on Teach Hoops, under like social distancing. I think it's called social distancing skill work or something. And if you go, you can see it on Teach Hoops. But what I did was I put it onto an app so they can have it on they can get it on their phone, they can get it on their computer, whatever. They all have phones, so I know they can watch it on their phone. And then there's ways for them there's questions that they'll interact with you, hopefully, and things like that. So how involved they're going to be is totally up to you, but I can give you the resource for that. It's
oh, that'd
awesome.
be awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. And I like starting it on Mondays. So I got a bunch of coaches starting this Monday. If you want to try to do it this Monday or try it the following
Yeah.
Monday. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So send
So
me a
this Monday
logo.
or the following?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I just like starting on a Monday because I have like day 1, day 2, day 3, day
okay,
4, day
okay,
5. I give them the
okay.
weekend off, then I go day 6, and it kind of there's a progression. The workouts get harder. There's just different things as the weeks go on. I don't like throwing them on a Wednesday and then 3 days, and then it's just better if it kind of works. But I think it will be good. I think it will be yeah, I think it will be good for them. So if they do it, and then you can be as involved or as uninvolved as you want. What I do with my guys is I have them send it like a 30-second video of them doing the workout, and that way they're just at least interacting with me. um Hey, I'm doing my workout, coach. I'm doing 3-2-1 dribbling, or I just watched the LeBron video or whatever it is. So yeah, it's good. It's really good. I think they'll like it. So yeah,
Ooh,
all you
okay.
gotta do,
So we can either start this Monday or next Monday, and then send you the JPEG.
yep. And then what you need to do is I will send you a how to log in and then a code. I'll give it so every coach that's in Teach Hoops gets a different code because your team is different than anybody else's team, so they can interact with each other. So I'll give you a code. I'll show them how to log in, and then I launch them at 6 a.m. Central every morning, and they just automatically launch, and then they can watch the videos. It's good. It's really good. You'll like it. But
Nice.
okay. I gotta go, but let me,
Yeah, I know. Thank you so much for all your time.
this is
Really
awesome.
appreciate it.
This was fun. I haven't watched film in a while. Let me dwell on the offensive thing.
Okay. Okay.
I gotta,
Gives me time to work.
yeah,
Gives me time to think about things too.
I gotta stew on that a little bit, but all right. Stay healthy, coach.
You too. Have a great one. Thank
Yeah,
you
you
so
too.
much.
Bye. Hey, coach. Hope you enjoyed the video. I love walking in my empty gym here with my shooting machine in the background. Let me know how I can help. Subscribe and like. If you're looking to take your coaching to the next level, if you're looking to maybe put some of these pictures on the wall, let me help you. Go over and check out teachhoops.com for coaches who want to get better. Thanks for watching.